Okay, and this is a cuatro by ABC. Antonio Pinto Carvalho is a Portuguese brand. This is a cuatro that is the old style. It means it's baritone ukulele scale, more or less, even shorter than a standard ukulele, baritone ukulele scale. And it's not the way they are made nowadays, except for this particular brand, which is Portuguese and not from Venezuela. This I tuned with corde harmonica, aquila, sugar, and this is tenor quattro. That means this instrument is tuned one tone lower than standard G, C, E, A. And actually the real quattro is tuned one tone higher. And yes, one tone and 1/2 tone higher than regular baritone tuning. So this is F. Yes. Doesn't have a reentrant tuning. And this is the way it sounds. I wore out. No, let's change the key. I wore out a brand new trunk, packing and unpacking your junk. Your dad is mad as dog be. You gonna change or gonna leave? You're gonna change with little change the thing to do. Stop all the things that you wouldn't do. Your dad is mad as dog be. You're gonna change or gonna leave. Okay, so deeper than a baritone ukulele, much deeper. The fretboard is flush with the soundboard. It has this reinforcement here, typical. Okay, but on the other side, I have a baritone ukulele that I tuned with quattro strings and is tuned much higher. Since quattro has a longer scale, this is having a shorter scale than a quattro, is one tone higher than a quattro and 2 tones higher than G, C, E, A. So I wore out a brand new trunk, packing and unpacking your junk. Your dad is mad as dog be. You're gonna change or you're gonna leave. You're gonna change when you live and change the things you do. Stop all the things you wouldn't do. Your dad is mad as dog be. You're gonna change or gonna leave. So this is problem. It's even longer than this. Yes. So this is very short for an instrument that claim to be a quattro. Okay? So I said, oh, this is a baritone, but has a longer scale. Obviously, there is a very big difference in depth. And it's strange that an instrument is tuned much higher, like the quattro, is that deep. But this has a reentrant tuning. So listen to the rain falling. Can't you hear the lonesome sound? Oh, my poor heart is breaking, 'cause my sweet love ain't around. So the quattro has an instrument that is tuned like a quattro has a very bright sound that is very, very apt to be heard in music. Is played very rhythmically and very fast, like Venezuelan music, and it didn't come into its own in that music. For the rest is very bright. Even brighter than the GCEA with specific strings. I don't know specific written rhythms for Venezuelan music, and I think it's cuatro. This instrument is played mainly in that kind of music, and so I make the most of this, and this is kind of an in-between sound. It's a brighter sound than a regular ukulele, baritone ukulele. Not as bright as that. So I don't know. In Italy, maybe in America, it's easier to find a real cuatro. I know you try your best to love me. You smile when your heart to you do it. You try to pretend you were happy. Last night I heard you crying in your sleep. Anyway, if you get a real cuatro, you have high tension if you use real baritone strings, because the instrument is longer, much longer than baritone strings. And at that point, tune it like a cuatro with cuatro strings. But on a regular ukulele with cuatro strings, you have an instrument that is 2 tones higher, more or less, considering that the cuatro is longer, like this, at least other 2 frets. That's why this has the tone of a cuatro, but even higher. Okay, that's the story about cuatro. If you play the baritone ukulele and you want to tune like a baritone, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Because essentially, unless you want an instrument that is very, very deep, and cuatro are deep instruments, so you get a different tone. Other things, very wide nut, very, very wide nut, okay? So if you want an instrument that has a wide nut and very deep, but you want to tune like a baritone, get this APC, Antonio Pinto Carvalho, that can be perfectly tuned like a ukulele with a little less tension, because it's a little bit shorter, okay? But to have this tuning, you either get specific strings, or you can use tenor ukulele strings if they are long enough to be used, and you get an intermediate sound. It can make sense. It's neither the GCEA nor DGBE. So now you know everything about the cuatro. I never heard, except me, the cuatro being used other than for Venezuelan music, and I always heard exceptional players. They have a tradition, they keep the tradition alive, and that's it. But it's not a baritone ukulele. This is okay, it has a shorter scale, can be used like a baritone ukulele. I had with baritone ukulele strings, it was tuned like a baritone ukulele, because I couldn't possibly tune it like a cuatro, because it should have a longer scale, a longer neck. Thanks for watching.